tuning earlier than us. 7 and Uncle G comes in right away.
I'm Jimi.
You can watch us on Facebook and on YouTube.
In an advertorial, God Almighty, but the newspaper are happy, so we cannot put Santa for the injury. But it's becoming ridiculous. I must say it is becoming ridiculous, and definitely I'm beginning to think there's something wrong somewhere. It's becoming ridiculous. This is far beyond an acceptable norm. So the story we have on the front page, which is an advert, it says that President Tinubus is going to commission connecting roads in where is this? Dakibiyu today. Same old story. Honorable Minister welcomes His Excellency to the commissioning of the newly constructed Collector Road CN8, Asukwa Okon Street, from Arterial Road N5, Obafemi Awolowo to Arterial Road N1, and other connecting roads in Dabique. As usual, it has the president's photograph boldly put, and a downsize is the minister's, and then another smaller one is that of the Honorable Minister of State. Somebody has to put a stop to this. Somebody definitely has to put a stop to this. And I'm surprised that in spite of the alarm we've been raising, this thing continues.
Yeah.
There's something wrong somewhere. I don't know. Meanwhile, as that goes on, it's reported in the Vanguard that the FCC workers are protesting over unpaid allowances and teachers' strike. Can you believe that? Whilst all this shenanigans is going on, the demonstrators yesterday sealed the minister's office premises, preventing access, both entry and exit. Speaking to workers during the protest, JUAC president, I think JUAC will be junior union, whatever it is, JUAC president knocked the FCT administration over the non-release of overhead costs, neglect of retired staff qualified for promotion, and persistent discrepancies in salary payments. What if we don't take all the money to commissioning finish? We cannot work when overhead is not released. We held a meeting with one of them and they say the overhead is not for the directors. Is that true? Is it not for working? How can somebody as high ranking as that say overhead is for directors? It means they don't even know, and the complaints are going on. And I don't want to waste your time talking about this. What you do need to know is teachers' allowances and workers' allowances are not being paid, and consequently they are on strike. If teachers are on strike, schools are not functioning, which we paid more attention to instead of all this commissioning and commissioning and commissioning and commissioning. The Abuja Elders Forum, this is in the Daily Trust, have under the aegis of the FCT Senior Citizens Forum, have appealed to the minister and 6 area council chairmen to quickly resolve the 3-month-old strike. How did that escape us, Sheriff?
Oh, of course, yes, of course.
3-month-old strike that has paralyzed primary education and healthcare services across the country. My God. At the press conference, Elder Janduma Tanko Dara, the forum's coordinator, described the situation as a monumental failure of governance that has left the nation's capital
3 months
in a state of social emergency. The simultaneous collapse of our primary schools and healthcare centers represents a double tragedy for our society. And this is the capital where the president is domiciled. Well, it's up to the president. I don't think we need to say more. If he wants to keep this kind of legacy going in the capital where he is, where you don't pay. I don't understand how it works. You have a budget. You're ready to pay contractors, and I can safely almost say that for obvious reasons. Don't ask what those obvious reasons are. But you don't pay staff. You don't pay emolument. And in the social media, I saw they were complaining about this overhead for paper, typewriter. None. And you have this gentleman strutting, dancing, and the president saying that this is the best thing that happened in his administration since powdered milk. But I'm predicting again that there's going to be a clash. I'm predicting it. My spirit is telling me that in the nearest, as soon as you might, most of you might not imagine, something is going to give. Because in any case, I see something wrong. How you can persistently take up the front page of papers for almost 1 month. Every day there's a project. This N1 street connecting this one street connecting that one, and you have all the ceremonies. There's something wrong. There's something obviously wrong. There's something wrong. And what I'm thinking of in my head is not that pleasant. But
indeed. Let's go take a look at this. I was gonna ask one question about the primary school and the healthcare because that particular story is not even new.
I'm just remembering that very dark man got some primary school.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Our leaders are cruel.
In the federal capital,
our leaders are cruel. Our leaders are cruel.
Primary.
Any responsible adult would not let that kind of strike go beyond a day.
Do we even know the importance of primary education? The reason why they call something primary, it's almost like, you can't move to the next one without...
If you fail at that level, when I say I'm not saying fail exams, but if you fail at primary school level, you are done. You are done. Look at me the other day celebrating my primary school. The 20 that I speak today so well was from primary school. Yes, it's the training that I got from Mrs. George, Mrs. Griffin, all those women that makes me speak so much that I'm speaking. You're always looking at me.
I'm always jealous.
But jokes apart, I was just jokes apart. To miss the primary level, how do you feel as a father? You have your own children, and you watch these little kids are not going to school.
Children in a country where we're still battling with so many out of school children.
Even minors. Let's even take all the corporate side of it. As a human being, do you know how many times you would have stopped a child, in your neighborhood to say, "You come here, why are you in
law school?"
There's something wrong somewhere. Let's go on to something more pleasurable.
It's just unbelievable, really.
And you bask in this.
Just unbelievable.
You bask in this so-called euphoria. Is Mr. Project? What is Mr. Project? Signing out contract. Is that a big deal? If we were not so backward, why would building a road be an achievement?
Why won't we place premium on
did you
what
carry
we
the
should
pom
take
and did you carry the pom and cement and go and do it yourself? All you did is sign away the contract, that's all. And you gave it to a reputable company. What's the big deal? Level 8 officer can do that. And you bask in the euphoria of you are successful. Meanwhile, and the same thing happened where he was coming from.
That's right.
I'm sure if we find out deep enough, even pensioners were not paid. By the way, I'm sorry to announce to you that one of the story of soldiers that I had.
Soldiers, yes.
Old soldiers. One of them passed away.
Oh.
Elder Bayo.
Oh.
I was distraught all over the weekend. His fellow pensioners who have not been paid by this government. Since the Civil War, soldiers will be here to pay tribute to him. So you don't want to miss that at 9. Very, very sad.
Very sad.
Very, very sad. And this is not, let me make this very clear. This is not a Bola Tinubu phenomenon, it's a Nigerian phenomenon. These guys haven't been paid entitlements since the Civil War. They retired in the 70s. We keep celebrating the wrong things.
Absolutely wrong things.
There was a minister who passed away
things.
because he's dead now. I don't want to mention his name because he's dead. They say don't talk ill of the dead. They called it Mr. Fix-It or Mr. What? Why? Because the budget of his ministry found its way into the political party of that time. Yes. Sheriff, do you know that the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway originally, the original contract had streetlights fixed into it?
Yeah.
So Nigeria has been in this game as far back as then.
That's right.
Until date, it still doesn't have.
Okay. I'm going to quickly just take a comment here on YouTube. Blair says, reading, writing, spelling, diction, and introduction to critical thinking are important things. The primary school curriculum should cover. Nigeria is just not a real place. Shame on the leadership. That's what Blair Aya put on.
You know, you can
YouTube.
skip university and still be successful.
Absolutely.
In fact, you can skip secondary school.
Absolutely.
I know the CEO of a multinational who didn't go to secondary school. He managed himself somehow, did school start. We don't know. I mean, of course, was dead now, so I don't want to mention his name. He later became the chairman of a multinational. He was able to educate himself. But if he hadn't done the primary, there's no way. So if you miss primary, now we have our young citizens at home in the federal capital. And Mr. Projects is commissioning projects every day. Well, yeah, there is. Let's look at.
Let's go to the Trust newspaper, page 30. It's another interesting story, by the way. It's a full pager. Who benefits from Tinubus visit to island of 200,000 people?
Yes, where a president is. There's an island of 200,000 people. But for those who know, claim that his visit could be strategic. Let me give the comment of somebody who should know, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. And the story in the source says that as who stands to benefit more from the visit, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi said, I don't have the details, but supposing Nigeria needs one more vote to be a member of, say, the Security Council of the United Nations, we may just need one vote, and Lucia may give us that. I concede that reasoning to him. You all know Professor Bolaji Akinyemi is Nigeria's foremost. He used to be DG of NIA and later became Minister of External Affairs, and is one of the remaining experts in that age bracket. Akinyemi, however, said beyond economic and diplomatic reasons, Tinubu's visit would mean a lot to the people of St. Lucia. Okay. But won't be surprised that a small country would value the fact that you pay attention to them and they are being ignored for so long. The visit means a lot to them. Taken away from here, from our great grandfathers, sold into slavery. It means a lot for them to be recognized that we are brothers and sisters. We were very lucky they are not stoning us. We are the ones who sold them. Slavery took place with the connivance of our own people. How many people were in the boats that came? We were the one handing these people over, but don't go there. IKM also downplayed the visit amidst renewed deadly attacks in several parts of the country, especially in Benue, Plateau, and Borno, among the other states, saying, I don't think 7 days the president will spend in St. Lucia is going to be there for 7 days. Even I don't think the president wants to visit America for 7 days. There's nobody going to give him 7 days. But on this one, he's gone for 7 days. It's so critical that Nigeria is going to crumble. The source says that Meanwhile, the trip has raised questions over whether Tinubus should spend taxpayers' money to visit a country with a land area of 617 square kilometers, about 40% less than the landmass of Lagos, and the smallest state in Nigeria, with a population almost the same as Ekpe local government area in Lagos, with an estimated, let's round it up to 200,000 people. I am short of saying that now that Tinubu, is the president, is an opportunity for him to visit some places he had always wanted to visit. Maybe he had this ambition. And this is Libros. Libros is one saying this and says, who will benefit? What is the benefit of a Nigerian president wasting taxpayers' money to visit St. Lucia? None. Let's assume there are enormous benefits. Why can't the Minister of Foreign Affairs do that? Why must it be the president? Why can't it be the Minister of Interior? But the presidency, to bring a balance to the story, I've said that while addressing a special joint session of the Senate and House of Assembly of Lucia on Monday, President Tinubus formally announced his establishment of diplomatic relations with the country, describing it as a symbolic bridge that will provide a gateway in fostering closer ties. He proposed creating a joint commission of political consultation agreement as a mechanism for structured cooperation between Nigeria and the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States. Bayo Onanuga announced that he would offer full scholarships to students of OECs to promote cultural understanding that further strengthens the bond between Nigeria and the Caribbean states. And I'm sure some students will be saying here, they now have to apply for a loan, but you'll be giving scholarship to people from another country. I don't know about these things. I'm quite uncomfortable with this. The duration itself is worrying. But you see, this presidency had always had a credibility problem anyway. Sometimes you don't know whether, to put it bluntly, you have doubts about the real intentions of these things, visiting 200 people, spending 7 days. But we shall see, Abi.
Yes, we shall see. We shall see.
We shall see.
We shall see. Let's go to the Vanguard. Let's drop the trust. We'll come back to it after this story here. PDP factions close ranks, affirm Anyanwu as national secretary.
Well, after a lot of running around and hula baloo and all kinds of things that took place yesterday, I don't want to waste your time with the details. Maybe this headline should have been maybe PDP factions will now close ranks and they have affirmed Anyanwu as the national secretary. The PDP is in turmoil, like one of them said, is in intensive care. And it is our wish that they get their act together. This government needs to be opposed, not necessarily to kick them out, but to keep them, to keep them doing the right things. Because once there's no opposition, your guess is as good as mine. So we hope they'll get their act together. The side stories that are going on, they say PDP is united, no faction or coalitions. The governor said so. Security operatives stopped PDP BOT meeting, seal party's headquarters. But the judge alleges FG's interference. In fact, but the judge was said to have given a warning that you need to be very, very careful so we don't end up with a coup in our hands. He's been in the military and he knows the way these things can go. All said and done, I hope the PDP get themselves organized. But not to worry, this is all politics. Towards 2027, a lot of things might be straightened out, and you jolly well might be in for a surprise, but let's see how it goes just yet.
Indeed. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. You can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. You can watch live there as well. Would appreciate that. Let me take this story here on page 13 of the Trust Coalition. I'm ready for single-term presidency. Obi.
It means he's been talking to some people and he has been offered that. It means he's been talking to some powerful people in the north and he has been offered that. Remember, imagine yourself being from one of the power brokers in the north, a group of them, and they say, look, what's going to happen? Should we allow this gentleman, that is the president, run his final term because we are sure that after that second term, he has to go? Whether there will be a third-term agenda, I don't know. But my mind tells me that you never know with these things. So to make it, if they do support Obi, they will be thinking that, there is a possibility that if he wins, he will go for another 8 years, which will keep them in the wilderness again. So I think and Obi is in a hurry to get this job done before he's 70. He has hinted at that. So I think that Obi has been talking to some people, and he'll be saying that, look, I just want to do 4 years so that I can lay the foundation for good governance in his own mind. But these things are not covered by the Constitution. Whatever agreement, sign it, seal it, take it to the bank, take it to anywhere, signed, sealed, and delivered. You cannot tender it in court when that time comes. So the question is, will they trust to be with that promise? We have seen, giving power, a president is a very powerful man.
Right.
So if after 2 years, he now says that he's going to do a second term, you can cry wolf all you care, but he might just jolly well get away with it. So I think that he's agreeing with certain persons on this. And, that's the way it goes. We are still, the story of Akwa Council is here. We still are not. I spoke to somebody very, very close to him yesterday, and he couldn't even confirm to me whether Akwa Council is coming to APC. I don't know whether that was a diplomatic answer. But he couldn't confirm, and very, very close. He hasn't confirmed to me, but what we are hearing is that it has led to the exit of Ganduje, who was a former APC chairman. So that's what we have there.
Before we move on from this story, can you believe a politician who says, "I'll just do one time or
don't
4 years"?
Don't even end that question, and I don't believe any politician. They're all the same. I don't believe politicians. There is certain stock of people. If we were not a certain stock of people, how would you find in true conscience, you are rolling all over the town and your primary school students are not in school? I can't conceive it. I can't imagine it. And you can walk the streets and people are seeing you and it doesn't affect you in any manner. And from what we're getting from the social media, things are not easy for the workers in that place. It's amazing. I don't believe any politician, and therefore, I think this thing that whatever will be saying, I don't know if it will be believed. But
or is he making a proposition?
No,
maybe nobody is talking to him, or he's not talking to anybody. Maybe he's just proposing that.
Sheriff, the political activity going underground is so high. Now, you think 2027 is next year. It is so high. You can almost break the tension with a pin. So yes, it's talking to certain persons. There are meetings, realignments going on, and people might be in for a shocker in 2026, a year before.
Yeah.
Forget all this. Everybody is trying to play safe. So some people, if they are asked and invited, they have to cross over. You heard what thanks to him, you have an idea of what's going on. The governor of Akwa Ibom, what is said to have said.
Let's go to Nigerian News Direct as we begin to go. Lagos flags up special inclusion scholarship for disabled, vulnerable tertiary students.
Yes, so this is a good one, and I'd like you to take advantage of it. The flag inclusion scholarship for disabled, vulnerable tertiary students. Also in the News Direct, there's a photograph here. It has the governor of Lagos fully decked in Agbada, the president fully decked in Agbada, and the first lady fully decked in, all looking nice. The caption caught my attention.
Okay.
President Bola Tinubu and First Lady Senator Luremi Tinubu received Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu at the President Villa recently. What did Mr. Sanwo-Olu go to do? He went there to thank the first family for their warm and thoughtful wishes on his birthday. So two things are occurring to me here. Either this is to show that all is well with the president now, because I don't know why you have to leave Lagos to now go and thank them for their, what it said, thoughtful wishes, which I think could easily have been done on the phone. So it appears all is well now or at least we are made to believe that all is well now, because the three of them are smiling and the president is holding his hand warmly too. So we got the message. Whoever put this, we got the message. Very quickly, I'd like to say happy birthday to Mrs. Patricia Laoye. She's 70 today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Did you know Steve Laoye?
No.
Oh, Steve Laoye? Okay. Steve Laoye is one of the doyens of the advertising industry in Nigeria. The good old Lintas and Co.
All right.
So happy birthday, Pat.
Happy birthday, ma'am. Well, this is where we wrap it up this morning, Lagos. Thank you for being a part. Thank you, sir, for coming. But you're back at 9.
I'm back at 9. We are going to pay tribute to
okay.
And Captain Blade is going to join us with 4 other military men. So if you hear any trumpet parade or whatever, you know that we are the ones.
Lagos, thank you. We are absolutely out of here. But please stay here. Kofi is coming back in now for the continuation of the morning crossfire.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.